Hello everyone, Tina here for Papertrey Ink. I hope you're having a lovely day. Thanks so much for joining me. Today we're going to create a card filled with blooms and flowers. We're using the Blooming Beauties stamp set. We're going to use the coordinating die set to cut them out. And I love how long stemmed these flowers are. So pretty. I'm also going to bring in the Love to Layer Scalloped Ovals. We do a little layering with these. And then we're going to bring in some Extravagant Floral frames. This is a two-piece set from Papertrey Ink, and we're going to layer two of them together to create a real pretty background for our card today. We're going to start by doing a little bit of stamping with our Blooming Beauties. What I had did was die cut out a panel just using the coordinating dies. And then what we're going to do next is line up our stamped images over the die cut. Now once I have all of my stamped images lined up, I'm going to pick it up with my stamping positioner. Okay, and then I know they're perfectly positioned. And then I'll take my die cut flowers and we're just going to reinsert these. And then we can stamp all of our leaves at one time. It's also a great way to do multiple sets too. So if I want 3 of these flowers, I know it's already positioned. So for me, this is just a little bit easier. Okay, I think those flowers are the ones that we're going to be using. We're going to ink up our stems and our leaves with 2 different green inks. I have Papertrey Ink's New Leaf. And then we also have Spring Moss. Spring Moss is lighter green. So I'm going to ink these up first. Lovely. Okay, now with my leaves and stems still in here, I'm going to take my darker green. And I'm going to go around some of my leaves here that are on my stamped image. Just on some edges. Okay, and then we can go over the images once more, and then we have some two-tones that look pretty amazing. We're going to go ahead and stamp our florals next. Some of them are layering, some of them are not, and we're going to use 2 different colors. So I'm going to first stamp the flowers that have some single layers. So we'll line these up. And then I'll pick these up with the lid of my stamping positioner. And then I'm going to use 2 different blue inks. We're going to use Hawaiian Shores. I'll ink these up. Okay, that's Hawaiian Shores. We'll give that a good press. That's lovely. And then I do want to do the same thing that we did to the leaves with the second color. So I'm bringing in Blueberry Sky. We're going to add a little bit of blue just to the edges to some of these flower petals. Not all of them, just a couple of them. And then we'll press these. And we have some beautiful two-toned flowers here. Now the second set of flowers that we have here are going to be double layers. We're going to add the first layer of those flowers. We'll pick it up with our stamping positioner. We'll have to put these back. And then I have 2 different shades of pink ink. We're going to start with our lightest pink, which happens to be Pale Peony. We're going to go over these flowers. We're going to go over them one more time. Give that a good press. Lovely. And then we're going to go ahead and add our second layer, which is the middle pieces. And I do want to mention that each of the flowers are indexed. So this flower here is 2A, 2B, and 2C. This flower here is 1A, 1B, and 1C. So Papertrey Ink really makes it easy to add the layers. And the results after you stamp them are just beautiful. So this is the second layer to the flower, and I'm going to use my Berry Sorbet ink. And we're going to go over these. And while we have these centerpieces still in there, I'm bringing in my Pure Poppy. And I'm going to add a little bit of red to these flowers too. I think this is just going to make it stand out a little bit more. I'm going to put this back and we'll take a look. Look how pretty these are. Okay, so our blooms are all done. Now all we have left to do is our greeting. So I'm going to insert this. I'm going to use my True Black ink here and we'll stamp our greeting. Wonderful. Lovely. Okay, let's take these out and we are good to go. Now that my flowers are done, I did die cut out a piece of foam to put behind my greeting. So what we're going to do is just layer some foam behind here. And I love how delicate the greeting is here. We'll layer this, and then our greeting has some dimension. Of course, if you have some thin foam strips, you can use those too. Okay, we're going to create a bouquet. So to do that, we're just going to line up our blooms in a little pile here. I kind of arranged them in a bouquet, how we want them to go on our card. And then I'm going to add a greeting right at the bottom. I'm going to flip this over now and we're going to put foam tape behind here. The foam tape is going to help keep everything together also. So now we have a beautiful bouquet. We're going to put this to the side and now we're going to do a little bit more die cutting. For my background, we're going to create 2 scalloped ovals using the Love to Layer Scalloped Oval die set. And then I'm also going to die cut out, these 2 are the Extravagant Floral frames. I'm going to die cut out the larger one with Sweet Blush, and then the smaller one we're going to die cut out with just white cardstock. I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. We're going to glue both of these together. And then we have 2 extravagant frames. We're going to layer these together also. I'm going to take our ovals, add a little glue right down the middle, and then I'm going to tack this right down the middle. And I'll give this a good press. I went ahead and used an A2 panel, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. I placed it on my card base. It's a top folding A2 card base. And then we're going to go ahead and take our layered panels and we're going to adhere this right in the center. I'll take our bouquet and we're going to add this to the center of our card. We'll give this a good press. Now I'm bringing in my black marker and I'm going to add a few dots to the flower centers. I think this really ties our greeting to our background and it just adds a little extra detail. And I'm just doing it over the pink flowers. Lovely. And then I'm using some Papertrey ink natural twine. I'm going to double up and create a bow with it. I'm going to add a glue dot behind my bow and I want to put it right in the center of my bouquet and give that a press. And then lastly, I'm going to bring in some gems and I'm going to add a little bit of shine to the center of the flowers in my background here. And we'll add a few smaller ones. And that finishes my card today for Papertrey ink. I hope you enjoyed my project. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.